Hey, what's good, guys? So, I have not slept too much today. I've only slept for like an hour or so, and I really need to hurry through this video so that I can go to sleep. It's like 5:21 right now, and if I don't sleep now, I'm not gonna get to sleep at all. So, let's do my total sales for today first, and then we're going to talk about my sales for the week, and then the sales for December itself, and then the sales over the last 31 days. And we'll just talk about all of those in sequence, what I'm feeling about that, and so on and so forth. So today we did $788.51 in sales. We sold 30 items apparently. The reason why I say apparently in this scenario is because many of those items have already been shipped, so they're not going to be included in my label cost because I've already bought the labels for them and shipped them off because they got sold at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, where they do count for the 18th, but they aren't going to get shipped on the 19th, if that makes sense. And then our ASP was $26.28 based off of those 30 items that we sold. Our eBay fees were $139.11. So based upon that, we have $788.51 minus $139.11, giving us a cash post fees pre-labels of $649.50, $649.40. Sorry. And our actual processing funds, on the other hand, was $644.43, with the label cost, which I had to pull directly, being $156. That gives us a final cash flow amount of $488.70. Now, today I did not get to do any DoorDash because of what I'm going to explain a little bit later in the video, but that is our total cash flow for the day, $488.70. Remember, our goal is to do $323 a day, to $360 a day, so we're well above that with today's eBay income, which is really beautiful. So let's talk about the week now. The week surprised me because I was very, very close at hitting $5,000 on a 7-day total. I noticed this yesterday, but I couldn't quite hit it because I didn't have enough time to close an additional sale. We ended up we did $4,984.93. That puts us at 35% up on a 7-day period. That's from December 12th to December 18th. We sold 187 items, and our cash flow on that was about $2,600 in cash. It was $2,646.52. I think that's very, 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 very good for us. If we can do that on a consistent basis, I think we can change a lot of things about the way how this business feels on a day-to-day basis. Because I've had to deal with a plethora of stress, and being able to hit these types of sales numbers will allow us to have enough margin basically to be able to buy our inventory, pay our bills, and do everything else that we need to do despite all the demands that we have on both our time and capital. Following that, if we look at from December 1st to December 18th, we did $11,102.83 in sales, which is up by 50.8%. So we were able to rebound from where we were initially. Remember, I was telling you guys how we were initially up like 40%, and then it's dropped to 30%, and it was on track to start dropping into the 20% and so on and so forth. But we've been able to turn that around, and now we're up 50.8%, almost 51% so far this month when you compare it to November 1st and November 18th. Which is beautiful for us. Our ASP is up by 4.2%. It's at $28.84, and our quantity sold is 385 items, which is up by 44.7%. Now, December is supposed to be down by like 20 to 30% for us. So to be up 50% in December is a beautiful indicator, or a leading indicator, that in January we might be able to go insane when it comes to what our total sales are going to be. I don't know for sure because I have to get there, and maybe sales fall off very, very hard as we get into the next 7-8 days, especially as we approach this cutoff where people will not get things before Christmas. But I don't know. We'll see how this works out. And then finally, our 31-day total just crossed deeper into the 16s. We're at $16,739.05. We had a bit of a stutter when we were at 15,000. It was very, very difficult for us to get past that tier. But we have now been able to push into 16,000, deep into 16,000, and it's very possible that very soon we will hit 17,000 in the last 31 days, and then try to push into the 18,000s and maybe even 19,000s, which could be really beautiful for us. Our quantity sold right now for the last 31 days is 585 items, with an ASP of 2861. So if I continue to push up this ASP and our net sales are 8851. But if I continue to push up this ASP while also selling the quantity of items that we're selling, we're going to be in a very, very amazing spot, because we're just moving a lot of inventory right now. So I'm super excited to see how things shake out as we get deeper into December. And hopefully we can enter the 17s, enter the 18Ks, enter the 19Ks, and then use that as a springboard so that when January starts, we can hit, even larger numbers, maybe even break 20,000 in January, 21,000, 22,000. I don't know for sure. I'll continue making these videos and keep you guys updated on how that goes. But I think it's just continuing to focus on being consistent every single day, putting up as many items as we can, and ensuring that we're going to places and getting higher quality inventory. I think those things, and also just not being particularly greedy. That's probably been one of the biggest things for me. I've been very, very willing to wheel and deal when it comes to especially the pallet inventory. But even if someone's, a couple of dollars below where I want to be on my regular inventory, I'm willing to cut that deal for them, because I know that I'll be able to go out and get more shoes. And what I need right now is not, I know I've said a few times, like, I need to raise my store size, I need to get more shoes, but like, the thing I need is more capital. If I can get more capital, I have access to a lot of shoes right now. And there was someone that saw me today that said, hey, you need to come to the flea market and get shoes from me. Like, I have a bunch of shoes at my flea market booth and you're not there, and you need to be there to get these shoes. And I've had that conversation, 3, 4, 5 times in the last week of people saying, hey, you need to come get shoes from me. And I know the goal is to buy the best inventory that I can at the best price, and that's what I intend on doing. But at the same time, I need to ensure that I am doing the right things capital wise to ensure that I am able to spend the money on these people, use that money, use the items that I get, put them in the store, and then use that to create more money so that I can do the process again and again and again and again and again, so that we don't stop this momentum. Because I don't want December of this year to be our peak. I want December of this year to be our baseline. And it's possible to do that if I do the right things. I just need to do the right things. The reason why there wasn't much DoorDash today specifically is because we realized we needed to organize this room right here a lot more. We had a bunch of stuff in here. So I had like 4 or 5 garbage bags on the other side of these bins. And those garbage bags were full of shoes that were pallet shoes, but I just never processed them because I thought that they sucked. I opened up the bags today and I noticed that there were a bunch of good shoes in there. There were some okay shoes in there that, maybe I priced for $12 and get $8 in cash back, $7 in cash back, and then use that $7 to go buy a better shoe. But, I processed through all of those today because I wanted to make sure that, I'm turning all of that stuff into money, because it's disappointing to me personally that I had money sitting over there in the corner, in some cases really, really good money, just sitting over there, and I didn't do anything to process it. But beforehand, because I don't want to be listing subpar pairs for my daily listing goal, I went to a store today, got like 40 pairs or so that will last me over the next 2 days, and then I'll use those pairs to I'll basically list both. It'll be the pairs that I found today will be listed on top of the 20 pairs that I plan on listing that I got from the thrifts. So it's a game that I have to play of, working really, really hard. I might be lacking a little bit in sleep, but I really, really like what's going on right now. And if we can be up 50% in a month that we're supposed to be down by 30%, then imagine what I can do in January when things are going to be popping on the inventory side as well as on the eBay side. So the aim for me is, can I continue doing this? And it doesn't necessarily have to be being up 50%, but it could just be, continuing to grow the business despite, how much we've grown already. Because usually when you grow this much, it's very easy for it to just fall off, and this becomes our peak, and then I burn out and this, that, and the other. But I'm really, really focused and dedicated, because this is a beautiful opportunity for us right now, and I want to maximize it. I've had a lot of these opportunities in the past where we could have made a whole bunch of money, but instead of doing that, I did not crack the bat. I did not get the home runs that I could have gotten. And instead, I kind of took it easy and relaxed. And I want to really, really take advantage of the opportunities that we have right now and just compound them forward more and more, and also try to get some more sleep. So I appreciate you guys. Hopefully provide some value to you. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.